in smaller communities when you have to think more outside of yourself, when you have, not voluntarily, but you have to be a part of the community to make it survive. That's the most important type of aloha, yeah?
For me, Molokai is because of how people are with each other. It's so small, we all caretake each other as well as the land as much as we can. So, yeah.
You know, for a lot of the homesteaders, it's a gathering place. Yeah, they always do. They always go camping. They always go. They gather food, and so you know, it's like their place to go relax. Their place to go enjoy the beauty, to harvest, to collect. Yeah.
Aloha, my name is Hiri Ropa and welcome to this year's E Ike Hou Lānaʻi.
The theme of E Ike Hou this year is Aloha ʻAina, ʻAina Aloha. ʻAina Aloha is places that we cherish.
And Aloha ʻAina is the actions we take to preserve these places. So they work together because it's a Aloha ʻAina to preserve your ʻAina Aloha.
While E Ike Hou usually focuses only on Lanai, this year's also takes us to the island of Molokai.
The reason that we're going to Molokai is because of the Aloha Ike Ke Ao Nui Me Ke Ao Ike. This means to know the big currents and the small currents. Learning more about another island helps us better understand more about our own.
Come with us as we learn about some beloved ʻAina on Molokai.
We are here today at Ali'i Fish Pond with the organization Kahonua Momona giving us a grand tour.
For Kahonua Momona, at least, this ʻAina that we're on, it's the many hands that came to, you know, help it grow into what it is today. You know, makahana ka ʻike, everybody learns as they do and we grow together as a people. So I think that's kind of what a special place, like I think that's what it is.
So Ali'i Fish Pond gets its name from the fact that the fish pond used to be reserved only for chiefs, and Ali'i means chief. That's how it gets its name. The fish pond here is one of the few remaining intact fish ponds on Molokai, as they were over 60 before the modern day.
Here at Kahonua Momona, they use invasive and native species to thrive off the fish pond and the community.
The fish pond is our ice box. If the barge was to stop, this is probably what would feed our people the most, so it is very important for us to caretake. We're doing the best I can as Kahonua Momona, and also the ones on the east end who caretake those local i'a, but to have people help and bring this back to the restoration of what it should be will be the best thing for this island, I think.
I felt that the community of Molokai had not only a deep connection to their ʻAina, but also a personal responsibility to take care of that ʻAina. I hope that this relationship between their ʻAina and their community can inspire the Lanai's own community to a deep connection to their own island.
Seeing the hale of Ali'i Fish Pond as a gathering place reminds us that a community resembles an ohana. By caring for each other, sharing food and knowledge, and sustaining resources for generations to come, the ohana thrives.
Hi, I'm Peter and today we're at Halawa Valley. Halawa is known for its beautiful beaches and spectacular waterfalls. It is cared for by a strong community of residents with cultural ties.
I think in Halawa it's such a small community out here, the people that do live out here, that they really have to depend on each other, like in every aspect. Like we were talking about how the water out here is so important because all their water is utilized from the main waterfall. So they really got to be aware of everybody else's needs, yeah?
Today we hiked to Mo'ula Falls, which is a freshwater source of Halawa Valley. On the hike, I was able to see different lo'is and remnants of lo'is that were used for the community over there.
Communities is important. People forget that, you know, we get too caught up in living our own lives and get caught up in the race, but we have to thrive as a community. That's the only way we will thrive is as a community. And it's good that people come out and you guys do this kind of stuff because, you know, you guys get to interact as a group and see the effects of what communities can do, yeah, what isn't capable as a community. I think you guys coming out and learning is the most important, yeah? That learning aspect. I think a lot of, like especially me as a local, like we assume we have a lot of like deductive reason. We assume to know everything because we're from Hawaii. But it's better for come and not assume, like when I go to Lanai, it's better if I go talk to the locals and you guys can show me like just the kind of problems that you deal with because every island is individual. And I think we're all aware of just the respect aspect and, you know, taking your pala, the kind of common sense stuff we were raised with. But I think the deeper issues we're not gonna really know about until we come in and do these kind of things, talk to the people. And from there, communication is the most important way for start to aloha anything, I think, is talk to the people, see what needs to be done, and from that point you can utilize your resources. So communication is the best way for aloha anywhere, talk to the people. I think the culture is important. Like now you cannot tell, you look around, it's pretty, there's not too many people here, but at one time this was a thriving community. Like there's a village of people down here. My grandma was born and raised down here. And now I think it's important, if I could say anything, would be if you do have land, yeah, there's a lot of people out there that disregard that fact that because of their family name and their ties to Hawaii, there's a lot of people with plots down here of land that they could utilize. So there's some families now that they come down and like I was telling you guys like before was all vegetation, but now you can see the lo'i and you can see them like they're starting to utilize all the resources.
Halawa Valley has a waterfall at the top that feeds plants like kalo, even all the way to the bottom. This shows what happens at the top affects what happens at the bottom because they're connected.
When you're seeing the abundance of water at Mo'olula Falls portrays the wealth or vai within the valley. Experiencing Halawa Valley inspires a vision of Mauna Lea as a functioning ahupua'a that I wish to see in my lifetime.
Today we're here at Mo'omomi. It's a preservancy for native plants and animals, and we're here on the northwestern coast of Molokai.
Over 100 years now since had homestead in Molokai, and so where you guys going is what we call the Hawaiian Homestead Commission, Mo'omomi. Yeah? Where I used to be involved was beyond that, and that we acquired that from Molokai Ranch and formed the Mo'omomi Preserve, and that's what I was involved with. And we specifically got that place because it has the best coastal sand dune ecosystem left. Hawaiian coastal sand dune ecosystem left in the world. That's the best and the biggest, yeah.
Some things I noticed about this area is that it's rocky, there's very rough waves, and it's windy.
But anyway, I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the protocol when you guys go down there, because the Ho'olehoa homesteaders, and it's from the high school, you guys come past high school all the way down, that's all Ho'olehoa homestead, yeah, and they're very possessive and territorial of their coastline, yeah, so you gotta approach that place with respect, yeah. You guys can be curious, ask questions, look at things, but don't be maha'oi down there. Maha'oi is a kind of a nosy, disrespectful approach to the area, yeah? So don't be maha'oi. That's, people know like when you maha'oi down there, oh, your group stay here and you go wander off and you go, you know, don't do that kind of stuff. Stay together and be respectful down there, yeah? Because the homesteaders, they're watching, you know? So, yeah, and so one of the things, this guy who I really respect, his name is Mac Poipoi, he was trying to set up a subsistence area so that people no do commercial stuff. Like people used to send out lobster, but a big cooler food, and now the lobster is kind of depleted. You get this real famous place, one nice flat area, get plenty limo kohu. Molokai people love limo kohu, and it got depleted. People used to send out huge onion bags to sell in Honolulu, yeah, and it got depleted. And so So Mac was trying to set it up so it was like peer pressure conservation, yeah? You know, he was trying to educate people so the peer pressure come in where, hey, don't do that. You know, you're going to deplete them. No sell, you're going to deplete them. Only use home use, yeah? But of course, you're always going to get people, they thinking about money first, yeah? And how they can, you know, use it to better their economic situation. And so that's what's been happening down there. And so a lot of places down there have been depleted, but they still extract plenty fish from down there. Yeah.
When Uncle Eddie talked story to us about Mo'omomi, I felt like I had more respect for Molokai. I also felt like I had to put more effort in being pono towards the places we were going. When we arrived at Mo'omomi, there were kind locals who were camping for 2 weeks, fishing, surfing, and kids playing. Seeing their connection to their ʻāina made me feel inspired because I can see that happening on our ʻāina on Lānaʻi. A connection that Hula Poʻe and Mo'omomi have was both of their communities fought for each place to be a conservation area. This shows our people's deep aloha for their ʻāina and that they want to keep it healthy for the future generations.
The people were so connected with the island, their home. They were hardworking and had lots of respect for the island. Like Lānaʻi, Molokai people all knew each other. Their bond was strong and welcoming.
Now that we've seen the beauty and importance of Ali'i Loko I'a, Halawa Valley, and Mo'omomi, how do we ensure that we preserve these ʻāina aloha for generations to come?
I would show aloha to this ʻāina by growing the food, you know, the mea'ai that nourishes our bodies, not only for ourselves but for the people. The ahupua'a starting first, feed all our neighbors, and then also reach out to the rest of the island. But I think that's kind of what it is. Grow food, grow things that can create beautiful hale structures like this, and even our fish. Grow the fish and feed our kupunas and our keikis so that they can enjoy all the good food of the past and continue the traditions.
Just be respectful. Just be respectful, yeah. And just greet people. Just you see people, hey, aloha, you know. Just like any other place, yeah. Just be respectful and greet people with aloha, yeah.
We just have to take care of these type of environments in Hawaii, because if we, the people, don't start taking care of these type of environments, then the world gonna dictate what gonna happen to these environments. And if we look around, just look at the history of our islands, we can see what happened when the world dictate where we should be going, yeah. So we definitely have to be, our generation, your guys' generation, we just have to put more effort into it, you know? Look around, like I said, everybody get their own problems they need to deal with, but as long as we have communication, we can talk about it and be open-minded, we should be good from there.